Hi, I'm Karceno.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Karceno and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Yo, what's up? Welcome. Oh my goodness. When I tell you I'm right, I'm right. It just takes a while for y'all to get to the information. Now, about a month ago, I did a video telling you guys exactly what was going on with the Los Angeles Lakers and with Anthony Davis and everything, and nobody really believed me. It's just somebody, the people that know better by now. I remember the comments. Oh, I just didn't have any content. Why come ESPN ain't said nothing? That was a very good point. Why hadn't ESPN not said anything? Why hadn't Fox News made it a part of their topic? That was a very good question. Now, here's the thing, is that they actually did. It just came and went that you didn't pay any attention to it because it didn't come from LeBron James. See, if something doesn't come from LeBron on the Lakers, you don't care. So the thing is that ESPN actually mentioned it in a slight passing, but never really focused on it again. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it when you say those words. Zeno, you was right. Right. He don't even know what I'm right about, but that's a good way to answer everything. Zeno, you right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Now, where is the Zeno correct about? Well, let's get started. The Lakers are trying to get a trade desperately. And you know who is not on board? The person that's not on board with the trade really is JJ Redick. Now, here's the problem with what's going on. Anthony Davis don't have a problem with JJ Redick. After having a meeting with JJ and Rob Pelinka, he sat down and discussed his concerns about the team. In case you didn't see the video we did about a month ago, Anthony Davis went to the front office to ask for help on the front lines because everybody's been giving help to LeBron. He's supposed to be the face of your team. He's supposed to be your backbone. This is why you drafted Anthony Davis. LeBron had turned over the keys to him. He's the first option on your team, not LeBron. LeBron has stated it. You guys have stated it, but over the years, you've done nothing to help Anthony Davis. It's always, we got to cater to LeBron. And all the moves in the offseason, Anthony Davis did not see anything going his way. He saw Bronny James come to the team. He saw no new additions that would say, I got help, that I could trust in the front court. So they reassured him not to worry. They're going to address that. So the Lakers have been exploring the options. And while they've been exploring the options, all of these things were on the table and very much trying to move in the favor of Anthony Davis. They wanted to, but they said they're going to try at some point to get another 5-man, a big bruising 5-man. That's what Rob said to the media. So that was already addressed after the meeting with Anthony Davis. Now, they were looking at Jonas Valanciunas. But Valanciunas did not see like this was the place for him to come and play. You know, the void has been more evident with the Lakers over the last 3 preseason games that they're getting beat on the rebounds. They're getting dominated again, and it's looking like the same old, because this looks like the same team with a bunch of young guys that don't know their roles on the team, and they're playing like robots. And this is what Anthony Davis' concern was. Now, J.J. Redick wanted Valanciunas because Valanciunas is very good at passing the basketball for a big man. He could also pass very well out of the post. He's very poised, and he thinks this is an opportunity. But here's the thing for the Lakers. They're not going to be able to afford Valanciunas. So they botched that opportunity pretty much. No. Zach Edey just went to the Grizzlies. So they just got Zach Edey. So they're not going to this is the reason that they're making the trade, and JJ understands the trade, even though he doesn't really want the player that the Lakers are going after. Oh, no, we know the player the Lakers are going after. Then I'm here to tell you who the trade is about. I mean, what the trade is about. So we're getting there. But Zach Edey is one of the reasons the Lakers are trying to make this trade. Yep, trust your boy. I got you. Now, well, Redick knows that they need it because watching the way the team is lined up now, even though he doesn't really want to make too many drastic changes because he wants to see his plan play out. And the way he wants to run split actions and handoff passing at the top of the key and using a lot of back cuts, you can see JJ Redick's change in plays. But it's not going to work against some of the great teams in the league. They're going to smell that BS, and your personnel is not capable of sustaining this. Good teams won't be fooled with teams running back cuts. The Lakers are victims of this play because those same plays and split actions was killing them for the past 2-3 years. Is guys coming in on the back cut. This is how Denver was beating them. They're not – when you having a guard or anybody beating you on a back cut, getting a dunk and layup consistently, that's communication problems. And that normally happens with the Lakers. That normally don't happen with very good teams. Now, well, it's like this. AD doesn't want to play center. Okay? And there's multiple available players out there that people were interested in. And one of the players that's on the list that the Lakers are pursuing is Nick Richards. That's the main guy they want. They want to get him from the Hornets and bring him over to the Lakers. That's the person they're trying to trade for, Nick Richards. So the Lakers are trying to trade for Nick Richards because they realize in this game, and especially in the West, everybody's going big. The Lakers went small, and that was to accommodate LeBron James's efforts that we're going to go small. We're going to run them out the gym. And that's not the way they should have been playing, and that's not how they were successful before. In this league, you got to be big. The league is going back big, not small. Small teams are not making it. You need that balance. And the fact that Memphis got Zach Edey, they're going to be back in the hunt. Unlike last season, they're going to be back in the mix. And you got to remember, the Lakers were basically a play-in team. So now if Memphis is back in the hunt, who's going to fall off? Because the Lakers is like, look, if Memphis is back in the hunt, we're going to be playing against these type of guys. We got to beat Memphis. We got to beat all these teams. We can't have these teams getting better than us because they were out the playoffs last year. If they get better, they're back in it. Then where they're going to put us? We got to be better than these teams that was in the playoffs. And right now, the Lakers are not looking like they're that team. So what Nick provides and brings to the table is what the Lakers are looking for. Somebody young, energetic. Last year, I think he averaged, about 8 rebounds or something. So they're looking to add somebody like that. The guy from Kentucky. Yeah, he's a nice young center that can go out there and help him out on the boards, help AD, so AD can free up AD to play outside because AD don't want to be in the center. He don't want to be down there banging in the post. And he feels that takes away from his game. Yeah, he averaged about 10 and 8 last year for the Hornets. But, that's the Hornets. But still, they don't need you to score a lot on the Lakers. They need you to get rebounds, second chance points, play defense. And they need somebody in the paint who ain't afraid to get down there and bang with those guys. And Anthony Davis has started the 2 preseason games, and when he played in, he was the starting center. And he does not prefer to play that position, and to get out of that situation would be very ideal for him. He signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Wizards earlier this summer. So this is how they couldn't get Valanciunas. Well, I have a buddy that works on the inside, and a lot of this is what he lives for. He loves to be the snoop and go around the NBA and getting information, and he don't mind. But Rob Pelinka did this on purpose. He didn't want Valanciunas on the team because it was too expensive. And he knew they couldn't afford to pay Valanciunas that kind of money, so he deliberately made an underwhelming offer to Valanciunas. So I knew he wasn't coming to the Lakers. Right. So you're going to pay him $10 million a year? No way. Now, a trade for this guy makes way more sense because you can get him right now while he's cheap. But eventually, you're going to have to sign or let go Nick Wright. And will you have the means to do that? I mean, Nick Richards. I don't even know why I said Nick Wright. But, I know why. But Nick Richards, you're going to have to sign that guy to a deal. And if you don't sign him to a deal, you're going to lose him. Why don't they start Jackson Hayes? They don't trust Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is great young talent, and he just needs more developing, but his basketball IQ sometimes is a little off, and he's easily fooled. He gives up positions. You can get him in the air a lot. So defensively, sometimes he puts you at a disadvantage. But sometimes I think it's who he's playing with. That's the problem. Richards is not good. He said breaking news, the Lakers have signed him to a $5 million deal. He would take that too. Hell, I would take it. Yes, they're looking to make a trade early in the season because it's a problem. You know, they really are hurting. AD don't want to play center. They're getting crushed on the rebounds already from little bitty guards. Guards is out rebounding. And this is just preseason, but they already see what they want to go. They want this guy Nick Richards from Charlotte. That was LeBron's call. They gave up. They thought Zubac was in the way, clogging the lanes for LeBron. And LeBron wanted Muscala. He wanted him, oh, man, he'll knock down three. He hadn't hit 1 3 for the Lakers when they traded for him. Mike Muscala. He wanted him so bad. And LeBron traded for a guy who don't play any defense and have him just spot up shooting. He didn't hit not 1 3 for the Lakers. So all LeBron decisions have turned out to be basically trash. Well, D'Lo will probably be involved in that trade because they want D'Lo up out of there quick, fast, and a hurry. LeBron does not want to go into another season with D'Lo. We knew that from the jump. Well, it's all a matter of, you know, what you feel is the right move. We know what's the right move, but so I think they gonna trade D'Lo for Puff Daddy. Right. D'Angelo Russell has been touted by JJ Redick as saying, like, hey, you are a guy, you know, we're gonna trust me, we got you, you know, the same old lingo they give everybody, right? And they keep saying to everybody, hey, we got you, don't worry about it. You know, this is it. You're our guy. You know, don't think about nobody else coming here. We're gonna build around you. And JJ Redick is not keen for this Bronny James experiment. He's just going along with it because he has no choice, but he hates it. He hates it with a passion because he's got to do interviews about it and talk about how nice of a kid Bronny is. Bronny's great. Bronny's a good kid. Bronny loves animals. Bronny's just cereal. He works hard. He's in the gym every day. And we just know that isn't true. When the Lakers had their shoot around and came to the gym, Bronny never showed up. Bronny wasn't even there. He was working out at home. So Bronny was shooting around at the gym. And then when the media came today to try to interview people, they want to interview Bronny, they couldn't. Right when I told you the Lakers have given an exemption to Bronny James to avoid the media whenever he feels like it. And this is why I always often say to people, like, it's all about who you like. It's all about scenarios. It's all about this is the way we want things to be and how it's occurring. They don't care about y'all. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about any of it. If it's not affecting business and it's going along with the storyline, people just be upset for a day. And because of the internet and people's short attention spans, they don't care. Unfortunately, we're true. They just don't care about it. No, JJ Redick is because JJ wants to run what he wants to run. He can't run that with Bronny. It's not gonna work. When he's running his split action plays, like Bronny is not a part of what they're trying to do. Like they're not grooming Bronny to. Bronny's there for the media, the headlines, and all of this, and let him develop as a player. But as they move forward, they're not thinking about Bronny James in the capacity of okay, right now we need you to help us win a championship. You know, it's like not even an option. It's not even their concern. It's not on their minds. They're not thinking about it. Nobody wants to be put in that situation. No, D'Angelo Russell is not part of their plan as much as people think. D'Angelo Russell is being able to showcase, himself. They tried to move D'Lo all throughout the season. I mean, the preseason, not preseason, but the off season, and they couldn't do it. And because you can't move a guy, when you can't move a guy that you want to move, that's a problem. Because when you look at the main scenario of the story and everybody sees it for what it is, they're going to say to themselves, okay, well, damn, I can't move this guy. I want to move this guy, but I really can't move this guy. I need him right now. So that's forcing everybody to have to make an opinion or an observation that they never thought they would probably have to make. And when you start making too many changes, it's just like in fantasy football, right? You got all these star players, but you don't know who to put in every week, right? And as soon as you put in a guy, your bench end up having more points than your starters, and you lose your mind. You go, how the hell did this happen? The Lakers are just not a team that plays fast. And when they do play fast, they're not accustomed to, because you have to make way for the dinosaur that you have on your team. That's LeBron James. It's just what it is. LeBron's a dinosaur, and the fact that he's on your team, that's only gonna, oh damn. Okay. But LeBron's on your team, that's all that's gonna be there. Nobody's going to see it another way. And the reason that they're not going to see it is because LeBron, you can't sprint LeBron out. If you want to keep sprinting LeBron and you want to play fast and get up and down, he wants to run a lot of split action plays like the Denver Nuggets. What he wants to do is run plays like the Nuggets. JJ Redick has watched Denver run these plays a lot, and he's such a fan of what other teams are running. Now, there's the pro and con to that. Other teams are running plays like that because they have the personnel. If your personnel is not buying into what you're doing as a coach, as anything, you're going to constantly have the same problem that everybody else is faced with. So you're going to want LeBron James at 40 to buy into your style of play. That's not going to happen. It's not realistic for that to even be a factor. AD for Edie straight up. No, the Lakers couldn't afford to get Edie. And with the Grizzlies getting Zach Edey, they feel like, oh man, this is great for the Memphis Grizzlies. And he's already showing and playing, dividends to the team. And the fact that they're growing in size and they got Ja Morant coming back, they're going to be playing fast, they're going to be getting up pace, and the Grizzlies are going to be a problem again. Now, the Grizzlies last year didn't make the playoffs. They were out, and everybody was counting them out. And now that they're coming back with Ja Morant, they're going to be a team that's in the hunt. So what team that was ahead of the Lakers last year is falling off? A lot of these teams have gotten better. The Nuggets, even though they've lost some players, they are still in the hunt. That's the thing. Even though that the Nuggets have lost it, they still have their core. See, well, that's the narrative. You don't want to meet. You don't want to meet certain people that you have no idea of what you're dealing with. You just don't want to do it because it's not going to benefit you in the end. None of this stuff is going to benefit you. No, why would it? Why, he said, why be like ESPN consistently speaking on the Lakers? The WBA finals first game was epic. Instead of real basketball, you covered Bronny's preseason. Because if they're going to promote, it's our job to tell you what's going on. It's their job, ESPN, every sports person's nightmare, to promote WNBA. When the people here care more about it, the NBA finals, I appreciated the NBA finals. I damn sure was pissed about what happened with the Lynx. I'm gonna pull it for Minnesota to win. So I bet it on them, and they let me down because they want to push this New York crap. So I'm going with the Lynx, but no, I didn't watch the game fully, and that's why we don't. They're promoting the Lakers. This is their darling child. We're going to tell you the truth about what's going on with the Lakers, and while they're promoting the lies and the propaganda, we're going to give you the truth. And when they said, all right, we got to calm down, we got to move on and talk about something else, then we'll talk about something else. So we're going to do the work. Now, known scenarios. Well, it's very clear. When you have a known scenario, you're having a situation where the people around you know what's going on. And that's not usually abundant. It's completely not usually abundant when people around you are seeing a situation that doesn't quite add up. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just that just don't really add up. People are not accustomed to losing. And when you have people that are not accustomed to taking loss and losing, you have scenarios that just don't come up to your benefit. They don't come out to your benefit. Oh, no. Nick would be great for the team. I don't have any doubt in my mind about that. Bronny is not the essential point of the team. So with Bronny not being the essential point of the team, like he's the rookie. So all of the stuff about Bronny is not going to make sense in the end. No. You see, when Bronny James came into the prominence of basketball lore in the media and everything else, is because he's the son of LeBron James. Obviously, it's not because of his plays, not because of anything about Bronny James that jumps off the page. We knew that going into it, but you're creating a double-edged sword. You're going to have people that has natural jealousy of the popularity that Bronny James is getting and the media attention when he has not done anything on a basketball court to back up anything that these guys are talking about that they're praising him over. He hasn't done anything. So right. So when you see that scenario happen, you start asking yourself very serious questions. How could the Lakers get better? How could they improve? Why they're playing so poorly? It's not because of Bronny James. They've been playing poorly as a 500 ball club, period, because they don't communicate on defense. They don't play team defense. You have poor defenders. They don't have point guards on their team. They don't have guys who basically communicate with each other on the back end. Its example is by its leader, which is LeBron James. LeBron James has not exemplarily set any type of presence on the court that he is a real true leader on the basketball court. And he's been in the game for 20 plus years. And when your big star is the problem on the court, then you have what you have. I mean, you just saw last night how bad the Dallas Cowboys are as a team. And no one seemed to, they always seem the attention is around the Dallas Cowboys. And they're like, wow, why ain't there attention around the Minnesota Vikings? Why ain't there attention around the Detroit Lions? Why are they still talking about the Cowboys? Because they're viewed as America's team. They're the ones that everybody build their stories around. What are the Cowboys going to do? Notice no one really talks about the Patriots, even though the Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls with Tom Brady. You know, no one's talking about them. You know, and that's an example of what we're talking about here. Other people are going to feel the same way. Why would they go in another direction when they don't have to go in another direction? Would the Lakers be a better team if they got rid of LeBron James? Absolutely, they would be. Are they going to be a team that get rid of LeBron James? Absolutely not, because they want the press and the media. They'd rather have that attention than to be just winning games. Now, if they can get both, great, but they can't lose one and lose the other. The fans want to win. Now, without a doubt, that's the ultimate goal of the fans. They want to win. No one has any questions or doubts about that. The fans want to win, and they want to win championships. They hate that Boston has got this. Now, the Lakers want to know, how can we win championships and have LeBron James on the team at the same time? An old player who can't get by anybody anymore. How do we pull that off? Well, when there's, granted, some people just don't know or see, but there are a lot of instances that happen that people are not just privy of, but it happens. This game is entirely played at a speed that the younger players can determine the outcome just by pushing the notion, because the Lakers don't have any point guards that can get by anybody. Max Christie is your fastest player on your team. And with Max Christie being your fastest player on your team, what is that doing for the rest of the guys that's on the team? You know what I'm saying? So when you're going through your progressions and you're seeing everything play out, that's a question you got to ask yourself. It's like, okay, what am I even doing here? It's not making a lot of sense for even me. I mean, it's cool, I get it, but is that really what you want? Jalen Hood-Scafano is not the fastest. No, Max Christie's faster than him. Why you think Christie gets the starting nod? But he's just not fast with control. They're trying to develop him more. But, well, he helps them out because of his speed. He could try to stay with some of these guys that they got in place. That's the main problem. Yeah, well, when you can't get by people anymore, this is your result. The Lakers lose games because I told you they can't guard point guards that are fast. Why do you think the Sacramento Kings beat them every time they play? They have nobody that can guard De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is going to blow by them. How am I not making sense, Malik? Maybe basketball don't make sense to you. If you can't stop point guards, if you can't guard point guards, how are you going to win in this league? Every point guard that played the Lakers can get right to the free throw line, open just shots, easy. You don't see that? You don't see that the Lakers, any guy that got a point guard, they don't even need a pick and roll. De'Aaron Fox don't need a pick and roll. Kyrie Irving don't need a pick and roll. They could easily get by a Lakers guard. Kyrie is 15 years in the league. So it's not just them. It's any point guard they play. Have no problem getting by the Lakers' defense. And they blame D'Lo. D'Lo is not a great defender on the ball. He tries to be, but he doesn't have the instincts and footwork because that's not what he does. He works on his game offensively. So when you have people that work on their game offensively all the time, that's all they are. That's all they do. So it don't benefit you as a team when you see one dynamic of the team that you know your area is point guards. You need fast point guards. That's why LeBron tried to bring over Vincent and all these people, but Vincent is too small. He's a role player to come off a bench. He's not somebody that starts. And he plays good in a set offense. He can't get in a rhythm playing stand around basketball while LeBron James sucks the life out of the clock. Trying to roll over people. It's just a terrible narrative from another awful basketball player who's been milking it because this is all he got. It's all LeBron has. So everybody just has to deal with it because it's LeBron James. I mean, yeah, the Lakers get a new foundation. What's going to happen to them? That's a very good point that you made. No. I mean, I've been watching the Lakers games for years, covering them, so I'm quite familiar with what's happening here. When you're talking about the teams, and as a person that's quite familiar with the style of offense they played, no matter who they came in with, is what they wanted. D-Ham don't speak too much about the Lakers because of what happened, in his situation. And it was quite obvious what he was dealing with. And being quite obvious in what he was dealing with, he wasn't allowed to coach his system because he had an aging veteran on the team. And LeBron James, who just wasn't going to buy in to what he wanted to do. Now, when they first came to the team and D-Ham first got there, he's saying, we're going to play fast. We got to compete. And the only way we could compete is to play fast. and run with these guys. But he told LeBron, I'm not going to burn you out, but we're going to reduce your minutes. And LeBron was okay with reduced minutes. Then all of a sudden, LeBron just, for some reason, wasn't okay with reduced minutes anymore. Yeah, I know. I gotta do that, man. That's the only way it's gonna work. If I don't keep it real, what am I doing? Okay, Dominique Davis, man, he might be my cousin. I've always hated the Lakers being a Pistons fan my whole life, but it was a respectful hate. The circus this team has become now is sad to be a storied franchise. Exactly. We being Piston fans, even though we always had respect for Boston and the Lakers, they were our adversaries, but there was a level of respect that we had for our adversaries. Like a lot of us was Kobe Bryant fans. It's like, oh, but you a Piston fan. How you a Kobe Bryant fan? Because we respect them as players to know what they are. So we were like, we liked Magic. Like, who didn't like Magic Johnson? You know, Magic and Showtime offense, they was playing real ball out there. So we respected that. There was a respect factor that went on. We watched Barkley with the 76ers. We wasn't a 76ers fan, but it was a respect factor involved. So we knew what we were dealing with at all times. There wasn't a certain level of no, it wasn't a certain level when it came to what we were talking about exactly. Because what do you say, JJ about to find out you're gonna be running the LeBron system? Oh yeah, he's gonna realize that. LeBron's gonna say, yeah, that worked, JJ. That worked, JJ. And they're gonna stop running the offensive sets that they're gonna run. It's quite obvious what sets they're running because you could see it. I'm like, well, we see the sets that they run in, and we know that this is not going to be successful for them in the long run because the good teams, the split action plays that you're running, we know that you want to hit the back cuts. You want to have AD slashing to the basket, and your personnel is going to have to commit to doing that. AD is going to be slashing to the rim. How many times is he going to do that? Like in a game. I mean, Giannis came in and made y'all look like little kids. You know, Giannis can jump like LeBron used to. And when LeBron tried to come in there with that Bron stuff, he sent that stuff out to the rafters because he's going to compete. Well, I don't see a dynamic that doesn't make sense. What I see is the Los Angeles Lakers are right back in the same boat they've been in every single season. Right? They got the same team, same problem. Now, we'll see how that play out in the end. Like I said, we'll see. Because I want everybody to understand this is exactly. And when AD went up to the front office saying, hey, what are we doing here? This is supposed to be about, my turn. It's my time. Why aren't we doing, things that benefit me in my time? Isn't that what we were talking about? Doing stuff for AD? We got to help AD. I'm not seeing any help for AD. Well, there's a lot of people that just don't understand. And when you have people that just don't understand, you're in a constant flux of disagreement. I think that these teams out here today are way better, man. They light years better. And when guys start realizing this is the way to go, this is the opportunity that they need, then that'll be the determining factors. He said being better in the mid-range, and post would have helped. But these later years of LeBron, he could have helped his team so much if he learned to play off the ball so other girls can get going. Same thing that I've often said, right? Same thing I've often said about LeBron in his game. Keep LeBron James away from the GOAT conversation. You can never have lost your confidence on a basketball court and can be considered greatest of all time. This man has lost his confidence in NBA finals. To go to the finals as many times as he did with all the advantages he had, he has come up short. He called himself the greatest player of all time. On his own show, when you're great, that's for other people to say about you, not for you to say about yourself. You're trying to convince yourself you're the greatest of all time when you're not. He's not. And the fact that he won't change his game, and it's all about, politics with him. This is the narrative he's stuck in. Lord Thomas III, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird.
Are we going in order?
Yeah, this is my order. That's Mike would probably be fifth. Michael Jordan would be fifth. Then Kobe. Then Magic. I put Magic up. So, yeah, without a doubt. He's corrupted this league. He's done everything wrong in this league. He done ruined the historical value of the All-Star game to make it all about him.
LeBron's team. Team LeBron versus Team Curry. Now it's exciting. No, it wasn't exciting because you want to put players on your team because you can't win on the East. We ain't got no good players. There was good players on the East. You suck. So you couldn't beat the West. That's just what it was. So he got tired of losing in the All-Star game every year, so now he want to change it up. The problem wasn't the All-Star game people on the East and West and switching it all up. That wasn't the problem. The problem was you weren't playing. Y'all were just sitting out there letting people dunk and y'all having conversations on the court. It's like, dude, y'all don't even play? This is boring. Ain't nobody even watching this. Y'all.
And that's the fact. That interview will probably go down as like a classic interview because people bring that up to me all the time. They was like, Cino, I watched that interview again. He's like, everything you said came true. I was like, dude, it was already true then, it's true now. It's just that what people are willing to accept. And some people ain't just willing to accept it. It's like when somebody passed away, some people can accept the loss quicker than others. But it's like they ain't not coming back. We got to move on. And some people just need time to accept it. To the system, they just think LeBron could do this forever. He's the greatest ever. He can do it. It's like, dog, LeBron is on something. No, he's not. He's just God gifted. And they believe it. And you can't change people's mind, and as the years go on, they start to say, hey, wait a minute. This is getting kind of fishy. But it's just his body can't continuously take what's happening on the basketball court. Have you noticed as soon as he got to the Lakers, that's when his injury started to show itself. That's when his injury showed up more prominent than anything else in the game. Is when he got to the Lakers. LeBron James, injury. LeBron James, injury. LeBron James, injury. You're like, damn, man, LeBron just stay injured. Why is that? They created these tournaments to keep LeBron James prominent, to keep him in the mix of a playoff, the play-in tournament, the in-season tournament that no one cares about. Well, they're not thinking about you, the consumer, who buys the tickets, who goes to the games. They're not thinking about you. They're trying to impress TikTok fans and the people of TikTok lore. They're like, look, the TikTokers got to be happy. So let's create something that just keeps some excitement in so they can click in and watch it for the one day, then go back to playing whatever games and making videos that they want to make. Because we got to keep them TikTokers happy. Can't have TikTokers mad. Can't let the TikTok get on stop. Well, since he got away from the biogenics lab, yeah, he had to find new guys, new teams, new way to get his products. So when you find a new way to get your stuff, this is the narrative in which you are accustomed to being associated with. No one cares. Unfortunately, no one cares. So when you're in a situation where people are making fun of you or doubting your accomplishments, it's for these reasons only. They don't really care. The Detroit Pistons are looking great. They're putting the ball in Cade Cunningham's more to run the point. I don't like one-on-one basketball with Cade. You're gonna burn him out, and you won't have him down the stretch. Really, he's young, but him being the point, and you're running high pick and roll or having him go one-on-one with guys at the top of the key, you're trying to make him like he's Grant Hill. And that part I don't really like. I think we need more involvement with him and Jaden Ivey at the top of the key, both being point guard 1 and point guard B, like 1A, 1B, to try to evolve the team into a direction where it makes sense. Oh, no. I'm just sick of the Pistons being a feeder system for like other teams. That's what we got to stop doing. And the new ownership, they're going to be tempted to do these type of things. Tobias Harris so far he hasn't shown that he's a problem yet, but he is a problem. He's just there to play out, for salary. He's not there to win. Ron Holland is the small forward. He's just there. But Duren I think, is going to have the biggest breakout this year. Well, Isaiah Stewart is the smallest center in the game. But him and Duren playing together on the court sometimes is like double trouble for teams. Because B. Stu is physical. I feel you on that, but it's just not, there's no evidence to really back that up. They just young, Asura Thompson, yeah, he's shown that he had a good rookie year. He did a lot better than his brother. So we definitely did get the better version of that. I wasn't happy with the trade, but the Wizards, well, they got Valanciunas now, so they're happy there. But I don't see any direction with the coaching or anything with the team. But Valanciunas can pass out of the post. He's great there. He's great on defense, setting picks, clearing the lanes. That should help them, but they don't have guys that like to slash to the basket. They got guys that want to pull up and shoot threes all day. And, when you got right, you look at the team. I mean, I don't know about Alex R. I don't know how good he's going to be in the league. Poole, to me, and Kuzma are two of the same players. You can't have them both on the same team. It's a jacuzzi pool party. I'm like, can't have these dudes on the same team. It's terrible. Carrington, I'm not convinced on as the point guard of the future. Malcolm Brogdon was brought on to the team to try to get him a veteran look and more maturity on the team because they didn't have that before. Valanciunas and Malcolm Brogdon can give them some maturity, but I don't see the team really going anywhere until they get some serious players on the team. So what they have is a lot of trade bait because Poole or Kuzma, one of them have to go. You can't have both of them on the same team. Kuzma looked like like a buzz in the preseason. I don't know why they got Poole playing point. Because they made the trade for him, they trying to get something out of him. Sometimes they have players play just so they can audition for other teams. Like, look, he's playing real good. Then they be like, why you don't want him? Well, we just don't think what we're trying to do he fits into. He just needs to ball more. Like, they traded players just because they felt like, he's into scoring a lot of points, so you guys need a guy that can score. I just think our offense need a big man more. So, but he loves your system. Like, don't get it wrong. He loves your system. So I just think he would flourish a lot better if he was in your system. They'll run that. Yeah, they run that on the regular. That's what they're about. Trades aren't always because a guy is bad. He might not just fit your team or your system for what you're running. Zubac wasn't playing bad for the Lakers when they traded him. It's just that LeBron wanted Muscala on the team. He felt Muscala was best for what he wanted. He wanted an outside shooter, and he felt Zubac was in the way. The Clippers knew right away that this was a great idea. Let's make this trade. And it was worked out perfect for them because he gave them exactly what they needed. Somebody on the inside who could make things happen for the team. Remember, Thomas Bryant was playing well for the Lakers, right? And they traded him. And it was like, the Lakers AD had help. That Thomas Bryant guy was playing great. Remember how great he was playing for the team? And then they just got rid of him. Why? Because they wasn't going to have the money to keep him. They weren't going to re-sign him. And it was like, why are you not going to re-sign this guy? Stupidity. Because it wasn't about helping AD. It was about helping LeBron. LeBron wanted to free up money so they can go get a veteran. Come in and help the team. Well, why did the Celtics get better? Because they had a young nucleus and they got rid of a fan favorite player who was the anchor of their defense, and they held on to him for so long. And they got to the NBA Finals and realized we can't win a championship if we hang on to this guy. Even though the fans love him, we got to get rid of him. Marcus Smart. You get rid of Marcus Smart, that's exactly where you got to get rid of. Well, people don't understand that there's things going on here that's bigger than anything you could ever imagine. Moving pieces and stuff like that that you just don't see or understand. But I think that would be a great trade for the Lakers if they would actually get the rights to be able to get Nick Richards. It would improve the team dramatically. But you still have a problem with the guard situation. So bringing guys up to speed quicker, well, that's only going to help benefit the team because that makes sense. Rather than have someone that doesn't make sense in the middle of the equation. I never saw a benefit in people doing something that wasn't beneficial. Meaning that, okay, this person did X, Y, and Z, but why are they doing X, Y, and Z? It's hard to get a point guard to do point guard play and say, well, the Lakers, they look bad on the Lakers playing point when they're not allowed to play the point because LeBron James wants to play the point. And when you got a big 6'9" slow guy trying to run the point guard spot and he wants to bring the ball up or run to the top of the key, you know, it's just more and more of a problem. See, Boston decided to keep when everybody said they should split up Jason Tatum and Brown. That would have crippled the team. So instead of crippling the team, they decided, let's not cripple the team. Let's stay true to what we're doing and build around this core. They went and got Big Al Horford back after trading him away, and they went and got him back on the team. And they said, okay, we can get Big Al back because we miss Big Al. Right, they kept their nucleus in their core. Oh, yeah. Because without a Oh, yeah. Well, without a doubt, you got to have people that's going to constantly challenge everything that you say. That's their job. They're not willing to pay $30 million for a 3-year deal. They're not willing to do that. They're going to try to get him for the low and see if they can, finagle a way to make him stay. Right, because you need him for what, 1 year, 2 years? Then you got to make a decision on him. There's so much wrong in that scenario of what you just said. There's so much wrong in it. The greatest father-son duo in the NBA. What more could they ask for? I just think it's insane. I just think it's rather insane when you hear people start talking about it like it means something. Like, this is history. No one's ever done this. Yes, no one's ever milked staying in the NBA for so long. No one. I'm like, if you stay in the league for 22 years, you might have a son that come into the league because your ass has been playing for so long. Well, people don't realize that when you put yourself in a position that doesn't usually make sense to the rest of the outside world, and he said, is it my imagination? Does it seem like the GM always goes for a more roster turnover after they actually win a championship instead of keeping everyone together as the coaches included? Well, yeah, that is the case, but there's a reason for that, because everybody is normally on 1-year deals. You see, the Cleveland situation, they kept everybody because LeBron wanted to try to go see if he can get a three-peat going. But when they won what you call a championship and the bubble, that team was held together by Band-Aids. They were going to split that team up anyway. That team was made just for that season. After that season, everybody was up for contracts, and you're going to have to pay people. And after what the NBA just went through, they let everybody go. Then they tried to go back and bring back Dwight Howard for another season, like we're gonna give him a chance. Then him and AD started fighting when it looked like he tried to grab AD's butt or something, and AD wasn't having it. No one really cares. That's the only thing I keep telling people. Like the most that I could really tell them is that, look, man, no one cares. At the end of the day, oh yeah, definitely hit the like button, man. Thanks for the super chats too. My cash app is Karceno. The Golden State Warriors to me is the biggest like question mark. I don't really know what that team's gonna look like. I went back and watched their preseason game, but I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I'm just really having a hard time trying to figure out what it is that they do. You know, like there's so much going on. JJ's an unproven coach, and right, you see it in the way it's implemented, and the way he presents his case and everything that he does. You start to see it. So you see JJ's motives. You see, as a young coach trying to prove himself. As a young coach trying to prove himself, the first thing you want to do is try to implement your style of play. When Darvin Ham first got on the team, the Lakers were trying to run. They were trying to do their thing. Right, that was in preseason. The Lakers were getting up and down the court, and they was like, I like what Darvin Ham is doing. Darvin Ham, okay, I see what Darvin Ham's doing. And this is going to keep the ball out of LeBron's hands, and the teams are getting up and down the court fast. Oh, I like this. This fast pace is going to turn it up. Austin Reeves loved it. Everybody loved it. Then what happened? They didn't love it no more. All of a sudden, that style wasn't working. And you know why? Because they didn't have the personnel to get it done. And the person that kept slowing things down was LeBron. Now, when they wanted to cut LeBron's minutes, LeBron was the one who wasn't happy because he can't get his numbers. And he won the in-season tournament with LeBron. Well, when you have people that, like I said, they don't have your best interests in heart. And once you see that, then you have to start making decisions for yourself. Darvin Ham has done the best job he could. He was handcuffed the whole second season, handcuffed. He was blamed for the Denver series. Oh, his substitution. And why didn't D'Lo do that? I'm like, why didn't D'Lo do what? D'Lo, why was he taking him out? Because LeBron wanted him out. LeBron didn't want D'Lo out there, so Darvin Ham has got to shoulder the blunt of that. While D'Lo sits there like, man, the coach don't trust me on defense. Keep taking me out the game. That's because LeBron wants you out the game. If LeBron wanted you in the game or on the floor, you would be on the floor. You really feel like that? I see. Yep. Well, thanks all y'all for tuning in, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. Shouts out to KB, Kwame Brown, Bus Life. Don't forget to subscribe to his page. Subscribe to the brother, man. Welcome to HDII TV. Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Right. Dreamers Pro. Everybody, man. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to go to my Patreon, which is Karceno for Life. Oh, yeah. We'll be back.